Are you enjoying all these great Christmas and winter DIYs? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful centerpiece for your table that's kind of a little whimsy, a little wintry, and a lot of fun. So if you want to see how I made it and what I made, well, then follow me. What's up, Glue Dots? I'm Elaine, the Midnight Crafter. All these little fun pieces at Dollar Tree, and it's really cool to try and figure out how to put them together. And I saw those Nutcrackers and knew that there was something I needed to do with them, so I came up with a really cool centerpiece that I think turned out great. So if you need a little holiday decor piece for your table to really spruce it up, or maybe you have a little corner you want to add it to, this is the DIY for you. So before I get to it, please check that description box down below if you want to enter to win our cute little bling owl keychain, and I do that drawing the first of every month, and all the other rest of the information for how to do this project. Not how to do this project, that I'm going to give you, but what you'll need for this project is right down below in the description box. Well, you guys ready to do it? Let's go do this project right now. So to get started, I'm going to be removing all the hair off of these little Nutcracker dudes. I'm so abusive here, I'm ripping their hair out. Now honestly, I am not the only abusive one. I actually learned this idea, or got this idea, from Sarah Jane on Chic on the Cheap. So don't blame me, she's the abuser first. You may need to cut this and pull it out because I think it may be one long piece that's wrapped around through the head. I'm not really sure, but just go ahead and do your best to get this all out of there. And also removing his beard, which comes off a lot easier. And then we're going to be spray painting our Nutcrackers, the larger of the two of the burner covers, and also your tray here. Now, if you decide you want to do everything gold, then you don't need to spray your tray. So I'm going to decide as I go. I think I'm going to be spraying everything white though. If you have some really stubborn little parts that you just can't pull out, you can use a lighter and just kind of, those melt away really quick. And the good thing is they don't stink like human hair. All right, I'm gonna get these sprayed. I'll be right back. Now that we have all our little guys painted and they're nice and dry, I'm just going to be decorating them up with some miscellaneous ribbons that I have from various places, more than likely Joann's and Michael's. And there, you can see here, 99 cents, and if you have coupon, even less. So I'm going to be doing two of my little guys, giving them a red belt, and simply doing that by gluing around with my hot glue gun. And I'm only going to be putting glue on the back because I don't want it to come through and show on the ribbon. I want to keep this as streamlined as possible. So I'm going to be gluing two with red belts, and I'm going to be doing two with silver. And you can choose whatever colors you like, of course, but I'm doing red and silver because that kind of fits my holiday decor. And I'm going to get that done here. If you want to go ahead and put maybe around the rim of their hat or around their boot tops or whatever you would like to do, be creative and do what you think you like. I got them all decked out in their cute little ribbon, and I had a little bit of this scatter left from a previous project, which I will actually leave an iCard up above if you want to see what I use these for. But I decided that I wanted to glue one of the little ones into their little scepters, or whatever you call them. I thought that kind of added a nice touch. So now that we have those done, we're going to put those aside. And we're going to be working on the stove cover. And all I'm going to do for this is use the same ribbon that I used to put around their cuffs, which is this little polka dotted ribbon. And I'm going to attach that around this outer edge here, just to kind of tie them in together. And you can use, again, whatever color ribbon or no ribbon or something else if you'd like. But I'm going to go ahead and use that and just hot glue it right into place. Next, I'm going to be attaching my little guys right onto my tray here. And I'm going to space them so that they're evenly apart. And for me, I'm alternating since I did two different styles of them. I'm going to be putting them one across from the other, so on all four edges, just like that. Once you get them evenly spaced, glue them down using a little bit of E6000 as well as your hot glue, just to really make sure that they hold. And it probably will take both of them because things don't stick real well to painted surfaces, so definitely use a little bit of both of them. I'm going to give these little guys a few minutes to dry, a little bit of a head start. And what I'm going to be doing is putting some lights on the underside of my charger plate here. This is obviously optional, as is everything with crafting, but I really love, like, everything is better with lights, and I think it'll be so cool illuminating down from the underside and on all the pretty stuff that we have below. So I'm going to flip over my tray, make sure my battery pack is accessible, glue your battery pack in. I've had battery packs fall down in the past because of the weight of them, so you may want to use both types of glue. And then there's no need really to spread these out all that much. I'm just going to kind of clump them more towards the center because I do want to make sure that I have space for the soldier heads to get glued on. So I'm going to kind of clump them and glue them down, making sure also that I don't glue them across the top of this battery pack. And for this is probably plenty to just use a bit of hot glue to glue them in place. Now while we're letting this dry, we're going to go back to our other piece here. Though it's definitely not dry yet, we are going to start putting in some of our decorative pieces here in the center. And the reason I'm doing this before putting the top in is just to make it a little more easily accessible to us, and then we'll go ahead and put the top on last. Are you guys getting value out of my channel? If you are, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and join our Glued Out family by hitting that subscribe button right down below. All right, you can pick any miscellaneous picks, whatever you want. If you want some greenery or maybe some poinsettias. I got some of these picks, I think, on sale at Joann's at the end of the season last year, and I think these may be from Dollar Tree, so kind of all over the place. I just keep an eye on those things like I think every crafter does, and we always get our bargains. So we're just going to go in and arrange in the center however you would like to decorate the center of your tray there. For me, I'm not making this permanent because I actually use these picks in something else for Christmas. So until I get some other picks that I want to put in permanently, I'm just going to bend these down and sort of attach them in here a little bit. Now, I would recommend that you, for the long term, that you glue these into place so that, they don't fall all over the place. So now that I have all of these in place, you do want to take a look around and spin it and look at it from all different sides to make sure that it looks even and in place to you, because it's so much harder to rearrange those once we get the top glued on. You'll also notice that I scraped off the paint from the top of our little heads here, though we did such a nice job painting them. The painted surface really doesn't stick well to the glue, or I should say the glue doesn't stick well to the painted surface. So we do want to put on, what I did is just use my E6000 Plus, which I'm sure you've heard me mention. I love the E6000 Plus because it doesn't smell at all. And then what we're going to be doing is gluing down our plate. Now, something to take note of, because the hot glue really doesn't stick well to this, you may also want to reinforce your lights here with some of the E6000 if you really want them to hold. So I did go ahead and put a dot of glue on top of each of the heads here, and I'm going to make sure that this battery pack is placed in between and that each of the heads has a flat surface on this tray to rest on. This is the last step, so I'm going to go ahead and put that together and let you guys check it out.